Hey guys, it's Ash. Before today's video, which ought to be a really good one, I have first-time pro Nova Maddie, the #1 player from last season. Of course, I had to get him on CWA. Before we do that, I wanted to share with you, I received this box last night from Supercell. Really honored to get it. It had this awesome t-shirt. First of all, Legendary Hog Rider. Are you kidding me? What a really awesome t-shirt this is. And it's not my size, guys. I'm going to go ahead and give this away on Twitter if you guys are interested in it. It's a one-of-a-kind shirt. Never seen it before. But that's not why I'm here with you guys in this preamble. It's actually to tell you about the Crown Championship Global Series. You guys probably have already heard about it. It was announced today. Over $1 million. Over $1 million coming at you guys in this Crown Championship. I'm going to link the website that you're going to want to check out for all the information, but it's going to be a year-long championship with multiple series. It's big. It's a big, ambitious project. Suffice it to say, Clash Royale is going to be a legitimate esport. They've decided they want to push this game in the direction of competitive esports, which I love because that's what my channel's all about, bringing on the best players from around the world. And you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be bringing on all kinds of the winners from this tournament 100% onto my channel. It's going to be a 4-phase event. You can see the information on your screen right now, but without further ado, I'll let the anticipation kind of linger in the air about the Crown Championship, and we'll move on to today's main video. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, I am here, joined by the new #1 player in the entire world. It's Nova Maddie. This guy is an Italian beast. Where are all my Italian viewers? I know there's a few of you out there. I checked my demos. I'll show you guys on the screen. But I am so happy and really bummed out to share this video with you guys today. Why am I upset about it? Because the deck that Nova Maddie uses is my favorite deck in the game. I've been saying this for a while now. I've been going back and forth between 3 Musketeers Hog and 3 Musketeer Battle Ram. And 3 Musketeer Hog, I've been playing almost the identical deck that Nova Maddie used to get to #1 in the world last season. He did mask his deck. He's got to be sure to tell you guys that right out the bat. Meaning that he would, when he was done playing for a while, he would play with like a spell bait deck, and win or lose, he would just have it that way so that on his profile, it never showed the real deck he was using. So be aware of that, guys. When you look at the top 200 players, most of them are not showing the deck they're actually using. So instead, you come on over to CWA and you see what the pros are using. Okay, a little shameless self-promotion, but seriously, guys, Nova Maddie, what a guy. I hate sharing this video. What we're gonna do is he provided me with a bunch of tips. Huge shout out to OKTAY from Nova Turkey. He put me in connection or in contact. Wow, can I speak today? I can't speak any day, Ash. He put me in contact with Nova Maddie, and Nova Maddie, again, kind enough to join me, share his replays, share his battle log as well. I will be posting that if you're curious. He actually only lost 1 match in the last 4 days of the season using this deck. Now, he did lose another match using the spell bait we talked about to clean his most recent deck off. So anyway, I will be posting all those logs for you guys to check out right now, but I hate to show this deck because I feel like it's so good, and when you know how to play it, it becomes even better. I highlighted this deck or a very similar version with Bag maybe 2 weeks ago now, but man, it is just such a pleasure to see the top player in the world play. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and instead of making this more of a deck review video, we're just going to watch his gameplay and talk about why he makes the decisions that he makes, since I already did a more full deck review with this deck. However, like I said, Maddie did provide me a bunch of his tips, so we're going to kind of weave those into the commentary naturally as we go about this video. So let's start with a little play-by-play here. He's going up against an Expo deck, and the first thing that you guys are going to notice here is Maddie is a pretty aggressive player. The first thing that stood out, because I've been playing this deck for about a month myself, I'm really kind of, you know, when you watch somebody play the similar deck that you do, you kind of you notice little things. Oh, he did that. I wouldn't have done that. Or that's something that I wouldn't have played at that moment. So these things have been sticking out at me. I've already watched all these replays once as I was recording them. So this is actually me commentating after I've already watched everything. That way I kind of, you know, have a better understanding of when those moments are to kind of pick out and point out to you guys. So the first things first, right? Matty pretty aggressive with this deck. In the first 2 minutes, he's using the Hog really heavily as his win condition. Rarely going to use the Three Musketeers unless the opponent uses their potions, which is the must be the translation from Italian to English. But it's just funny. Matty had to use a translator. Obviously, doesn't speak much English, and you know, potions. So when the opponent uses their potions, that was a stupid Google translation. But when they use their spells, of course, in the first 2 minutes, you can come back with a split Three Musketeers. Other than that, you're pretty much going to want to remain disciplined and cycle to that pump or do a Hog push. So you'll be playing a lot of Knight in the back. It depends on what deck you're going against. We're going to show a nice variety in today's video, so you get a good understanding of how to go against several different major archetypes in this video. Now, this one is against this very popular Graveyard Tornado deck here. And Nova Matty just starting out with a nice safe pump in the back. He knows what deck he's already going against here. These top players know who they're going to be playing against and what they're usually playing, so he safely puts that pump in the back. Otherwise, you would want to put it in front of your King Tower. He does bait out that poison spell on the right. He knows he has an elixir advantage at this point, and he has the pump down. So now what is he going to do? Is he going to use the Three Musketeers? He does, because he just baited out their potion, as we just talked about. And so basically what we're doing here is a preemptive early Three Musketeer play. He's still going to be able to cycle to that elixir pump and use it because the opponent's going to have to defend against this push. Now, he's not going to go all out in this. Well, I guess he does go all out in this push. He sees the bowler coming down the right lane, so he uses the Hog Rider as a tank for that Musketeer in the left lane. Again, like I said, Matty, an aggressive player. You're going to notice that throughout all these replays. He's not afraid to try to take advantage of the opponent when they don't have their counter in hand, either to the Hog Rider or to the Three Musketeers. So what are you going to be paying attention to as the player, the Three Musketeer player? Let's kind of hop into the mind of Matty and think about what he's thinking about as he goes through these matches. And one of the things is he's paying attention to two things at once, which is, you know, it's hard, it's difficult. Okay, I'm not gonna mince words here. He's gonna lose this left tower right here because poison, baby dragon, and the graveyard, that's going to be too much to defend against when he has to wait for the Three Musketeers. But you can see how heavy he's going to be able to go right here. In the right lane, he has the Knight and the two Musketeers. In the left lane, he's going to go ahead and drop this Hog Rider in a second here. Where the heck? Okay, look at that. I was waiting for the Hog Rider in the left. See, that's one of those moves that I would have made. I would have put the Hog Rider in the left, but he didn't do that because Matty is a million times better player than I am, guys. That's why we're watching Matty and not yours truly. But basically, he knew he was going to take that left tower, that solo Musketeer, so he puts the Hog in the right, and now he has the advantage and two pumps on the board. So back to my main point that I was trying to make about 20 minutes ago, right? So what are you paying attention to as you're playing this match? Two main things, right? Number one is, what is your opponent's best counter to your Three Musketeers, and when do they have it in hand? That's pretty easy to figure out, right? I mean, it's going to be their spell, it's going to be their lightning, their fireball, their tornado fireball, or maybe nothing. So you're going to want to know what their best counter is to your Three Muskies, and you're going to want to know what their best counter to your Hog Rider is. So if it's a cannon, so it's kind of like playing a Hog Cycle deck and a Three Musketeer deck at the same time, because you're going to always want to be aware of when they're holding the counters to one of your win conditions, and when they're not holding that counter, that's when you want to try to punish them. Another 3 crown here for Nova Matty. What a beast. So basically, yeah, guys, I mean, let's go to the next replay, and as we focus on the next replay, we're gonna pay special attention to that point that we just made. What are you doing? When are you playing Hog versus when are you playing Three Musketeers? And how is he handling how he splits his Three Musketeers? Those are things that we're going to want to pay attention to against Detective Hecka, the pusher for I Am Bren Chong's account. Now, I Am Bren Chong, you saw he made it very close to first in the world last season. This season, I don't know exactly where he finished, but I'm very safe to say it was probably top 50. He's another really good player. Really want to get him on the channel sometime. Been having trouble trying to reach out and contact him, believe it or not. But I promise I will get Detective Hecka hopefully on the channel soon. So he was able to defend that elixir pump. You have to defend your pumps. And here comes the Three Musketeer. He doesn't know what his opponent has as far as spells go. So what he does here is very smart. Another smart move. He splits 2 Musketeers to the left and only 1 to the right. He's going to take a lot of damage to that right tower, but what it's going to do is it's going to not give the opponent the value fireball on 2 of those Musketeers. See, the opponent had to use the fireball on the 2 Musketeers in the lane, and what that did was gave Maddie the opening here to come with a good counter push in the right lane, and now he has a sizable lead. He has the pump still on the arena, and that right tower is down to 31 HP. And you saw what he did there. He split the 2 Musketeers to the side where he didn't need them, causing the opponent to be in that kind of strange situation where, do I burn a fireball here, and then I'll have 2 Musketeers coming at me in the opposite side, or do I not? It's a tough decision for them. He opted not to, and then Maddie got the lead. Right now, he still has the lead here. That tower will fall to Zap, and he has the almost full health elixir pump on the board. A little bit of leakage there, but then he splits 2 Musketeers. Interesting play here. 2 Musketeers, again, away from the elixir pump. He knows the opponent has fireball in hand. He does not want the opponent to use the fireball to get value of 2 Musketeers, an elixir pump, and the tower. So again, very good defense here, and this is the strategy within the strategy, right, of 3 Musketeer decks. What direction do you split them in? It's not always the most obvious one. So here comes 2 Musketeers in the right lane against that King Tower. Gets it down to about 1/3 health. He does lose his left tower, but check this out, guys. He now has Knight and Hog Rider in hand and 2 Musketeers coming. Maddie is a huge fan of using Knight in this deck, kind of like you would an Ice Golem. You saw there, the Knight actually pushed, or excuse me, the Hog Rider actually pushed the Knight, acting as kind of a glass tank for the Hog, into the King Tower, and another 3 crown for Nova Maddie. What a beast! What a beast! He's the Italian beast. Okay, the last replay that I want to share with you guys. Of course, I asked him for a Lavaloon, because I know you guys are going to ask me, Ash, dude, what about Lavaloon? What about Lavaloon, Ash? So here it is, the Lavaloon matchup. Now, this is a really fun replay, an exciting replay to watch, because you're going to see how he comes from behind to pull off another 3-crown victory. So this time, Maddie goes really aggressive out the gate. He does not have the pump anywhere near his starting hand, and when the opponent plays pump, he decided to just go for gold here. Now, remember, Maddie only lost 1 match in 4 days with this deck. So suffice it to say, he knows once the opponent does something, he knows exactly what he's going to do. So he saw the opponent drop the pump without any hesitation, no chance to build up an elixir advantage again. Granted, it didn't work out in a very lucrative push for Maddie there, but he went Knight, Hog, Ice Spirit, Defend. Of course, the opponent did have Barbarians, which just so happens to be a great defense. Okay, let's pay attention here. This is important. So he drops. He doesn't know if the opponent has Lightning or Fireball. He assumes they have Lightning. Unfortunately, does not work out for Maddie, okay? You saw how he dropped the Knight there first, and then he dropped the 3 Musketeers all grouped together behind the tower. That's because Maddie thought the opponent was probably playing Lavaloon Lightning, and the reason he did that was so the Knight acted as a Lightning Rod for 1 Musketeer, and the tower, the Crown Tower, acts for a Lightning Rod for the other Musketeer, so we'd only lose 1 Musketeer in a Lightning scenario there. Of course, with a Fireball Zap, unfortunately, he lost the whole tower and the 3 Musketeers. So a little bit of a crapshoot, but that is how you want to defend against any opponent who has Lightning. You use the Knight as 1 Lightning Rod, use the tower as the other Lightning Rod, then you place the 3 Musketeers. You don't place the 3 Musketeers first unless it's very early in the Lavahound push. For example, Lavahound played now. It's okay to drop 3 Musketeers now. Let's see if he does. He does. So 2 Musketeers going into the Lavahound here. He knows he's probably going to lose those Musketeers, and here it comes, an early Fireball Zap. Now, watch what Maddie's going to do here. He knows the balloon's coming. He knows he's not going to be able to defend that side. So look at this. He goes all out, absolutely all out. He knows the barbarians are coming. He just drops everything he has into that left lane, and he's going to take that tower out. Now he's able to cycle back to Goblin Gang to help not defend that right tower. He knows he's going to lose it, but try to mitigate the damage done to his actual crown tower. In the meanwhile, he cycles back to another Hog Rider on the opponent's king tower, and there it is, 3 crown. That is how you deal with a Lavaloon matchup, being a 3 Musketeer player. Very, very good match there for Maddie. So guys, huge shout out to my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. You can check out his information in the description below. Huge special shout out again to OKTAY and Maddie for coming on the channel. Such a pleasure to watch this great gameplay. Bittersweet, because now you guys are all going to be 3 Musketeer pros. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.